We've been working quite a bit to finish this DIY outdoor kitchen. So, welcome back to this series as we show you how we're taking this kitchen from this to this. So, in the last video, we showed you how we were working with one of the owners of the land, Tees, to fill the holes in the stones on the wall to plaster it using a natural mixture of clay, straw, lime, and water. After about 1 to 2 days of drying, you can see how much the mixture has hardened. And then when that was finished, we showed you how we install the wood for the countertops so that Alex can tile it. So now that he's done the tiling, as you can see, the next step is grouting. And a lot of the elements you'll see in this kitchen, they're salvaged or repurposed, and so are these beautiful tiles. While Alex is doing that, there's another responsibility I was tasked with, and that is making 2 pieces of furniture for the kitchen, an island and a food storage or a food pantry. And I'll be using tools such as this, which is completely powered by a solar off-grid power system. To start, I'll be working on the island, and this is kind of the mock-up that I made. I'm very excited to make these, but the thing is I've never made these before in my life. This will have a top shelf, as you can see, a second shelf for storage, and also a third shelf as well. And I added measurements based on the space so that it's not overcrowded but also big enough to be useful. And my plan is to add wheels to the bottom of the island so that it's movable when needed. I'm using scrap wood to make everything. I searched around the farm for what I could find, measured everything, and now it's time to get grooving with the table saw to cut all the pieces I need. At first, I was afraid of using this saw, but the more I used it, the more I got the hang of it. The most important thing for me was to get the measurements right, but also to not cut any of my fingers. And of course, there's always time for a little fetch with Suki. So I just cut the wood pieces for the base, and I'm just cutting mostly what I need, and then soon I'm going to assemble everything. Here's what I already. So after I finish cutting the wood I need to do the base and the legs, I need to get more wood pieces for the rest of the island. So I found an old bed frame that I decided to salvage as well to get the extra wood pieces that I need. So I just need to measure everything out to get the cuts as precise as possible as I can. It's not easy cutting something like this, so I had to ask Alex to help. And of course, he was smart enough to come up with this, and then cutting it was so easy. Okay, now that I have everything, let's try to assemble. I'm starting with the lower part of the frame that will hold the bottom shelf. But everything seemed to be going well until I tried to lay the planks down for the shelf and they were too small. I thought my measurements were correct, but guess what? Joke is on me. I don't know where I went wrong. But I measured and cut again to try to fix the situation, and it turns out that the frame was just too wide for the planks that I made. But now at least it's fixed and the planks are laying on the frame, so now I can screw them in. In the meantime, Alex has been working on a holder for the dish towels that will go in front of the sink.
You're gonna put this in here with a little. Oh yeah, nice.
Cool, cool stuff. Is that good for you?
Yeah, of course. Beautiful.
So I screwed down all the planks and now I'm just here trying to test how it holds up on the frame. Everything seemed to be going well, and then we got some bad news.
There's something wrong with my inverter that I'm using for the house. I don't know what it is, but I'll look at it later. But now I switched everything to the batteries from the kitchen. So maybe if you cannot use the power tools for a bit.
Okay.
And then later I can think about what's wrong. Oh wow, that looks amazing. I'm impressed.
I'm gonna add another layer here because So because of this inverter issue, we couldn't use the machines. So then I decided to use the time to drill the lower shelf to the frame. And now it's there and sturdy. And now I'm thinking of adding these to the side so that it looks a little bit more finished. Okay, let's check out Alex's work. This is what he was working on earlier. And now he has installed it. It adds such a nice touch to the kitchen and I really like it. And the owners loved it too, which is the most important thing. Okay, let's continue on the island. Now I'm adding the second layer, which I've cut out from OSB wood. But there is another problem. It doesn't fit. My measurements are off again. And at this point, I'm really frustrated because sometimes I think I'm getting it right and then I'm not. So now I have to resize and then recut. Now it fits. It's not perfect because the other side has a gap, but it's okay. And I'm happy with it. And since Alex finished his dish towel rack, he moved on to making shelves for the spices. So this is a spice rack. So for example, you just put spices here and he's gonna build like two more. So you have nice spice rack there. Nice. Okay, now I wanna do a little fitting of the kitchen island inside the kitchen to see how it looks. I'm still working on it because it's a bit wobbly still. And this I'm gonna cut down to size. I just wanted to see how it looked in here. Here, gonna put pots. And this is the new thing I put for plates. Okay, that's it for this episode. Stay tuned next week to see Alex's work on the kitchen doors, to watch me finish the island and varnish it, and to see Alex cooking case canofle in the new kitchen. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and see you in the next video. Bye!